Hey there, welcome to the first episode of What I Look For When Hiring UX and Product Designers. A little bit about myself. My name is Dan Lindhout. Been in the UX field for close to 25 years now. And I spent many years, at least the last 15 of them, building and growing UX teams of various sizes and makeups. So I've hired a lot of UX designers, interviewed, many more, as well as UX researchers or product designers, product managers, and others. And there's a couple of things I really, really look for when hiring UX and product designers that I wanted to give you as tips. I get this question a lot, especially from people trying to break into the UX field. So here's the top 3 things I look for in the first episode, and there will be second episode where you can hear about the more detailed things, look for, as well as what I look for in more senior, UX or product designers. So for more junior ones or people wanting to break into the UX field, so really 3 things that I look for. And the first one is general and genuine enthusiasm for technology and how technology can improve the lives of people around the world. And that includes, not just like basic, technology things like cell phones and, smartwatches and other things, but also, new technology that might actually be controversial, have ethical implications that we really need to think about. Maybe new technology that's quite far out, right? It's not, won't be ready for the next 5-10 years. Generally, right, an enthusiasm for that, and constantly, right, people that think about, how can technology be used in this other place, and how, it has a ton of potential to improve everything for everybody. And that's the first, right, major thing, and that's, it's nothing to do really with UX or product design, although thinking about how that technology can then, right, improve people's lives obviously will. The second thing I look for, and this, is a bit more obvious one, but certain aspects of it are not. It's really, somebody who lives and breathes user experience and product design. So these are the folks that, at work or in school, they're designing things all day. They're thinking about users all day. And when they get home, they just can't help themselves, but also, are designing things at home. So they're, thinking about, how should I plant my yard? Or they're doing a craft project with their kids to design something, or they're, helping a family member with their website or their personal brand. They're doing a home improvement project, right, where they think about layout of the home or the design or painting, or, they just can't help themselves. And those are the best, product designers, because they really, look at design and user experience from many different aspects, from many different industries constantly. And then the third thing I look for is really like a foundation of design thought process, design thinking, of the tools of the trade. And that can come in 2 ways. One, and I always call this the easy route, is to get obviously a product design and UX education. And I think there's a lot of good schools out there. It doesn't have to be, a fancy school or, really prestigious program. It's just, getting the foundation in terms of the tools, in terms of the thought process, in terms of what design thinking is, working with other, disciplines to accomplish something. Just having the basics there, and you can certainly get that in education if that's an option for you in terms of cost and time commitment. However, you can also get it in other ways. If you're maybe already working and you're trying to break into the UX field, or you don't have the opportunity to actually get the education. And one, there's a lot of online tools to learn. So LinkedIn Learning, or like the Interaction Design Foundation, or other online resources. A lot of like kind of the basics of product design and UX research to like intermediate, skills and tools. So definitely pursue those. Then the second thing that's really important, especially if you don't have that educational foundation, which will come with, portfolio projects that you show, is to develop your own portfolio projects. And you don't need many. I'm not expecting, people just out of school or trying to break into the field to have this like very well designed, extensive portfolio. But I would like to see, 2 or 3 projects with a good solid design process, right, from ideation to before that even defining the problem to solve, through refining the ideas, maybe getting a little user data, and then the final result and what you learn from it. So 2 or 3 projects that show that, and you can get those in many different places. For example, you can work with a family member or a friend. He's working on a side project, or maybe, they started a new business to help them, design their website or web app. Think about the workflows there and their users. You can do this, by yourself, by just picking maybe your favorite product or favorite part of a product, and thinking about how can you design that better for the users at hand. Or you can, do some freelance or a small project out there, that might be paid, or maybe even it's for a nonprofit, where you get some experience with the design process, and showing your thought process there. So 2 or 3, it doesn't have to be more than that, showing the potential that you have. Then combining that with the enthusiasm for technology and design, makes for a very, very compelling mix for new product designers or UX designers to come join the company and the team. And then you can really build that product portfolio, that extensive toolkit, if you didn't have the experience and the opportunity yet before that. So that was episode 1. Episode 2, I'll go a little bit more into like more detailed things I look for, as well as what I look for with more senior product designers or UX researchers. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.